Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Bass Fishing Kevin. On today's episode, we're going to talk about catching pre-spawn bass and what baits I like to use. My number one go-to bait for pre-spawn bass is a beaver, preferably a 3.5. This is a 4.25, but I like just the typical Texas rig, tungsten weight on there, flip it into the mats and tree stumps and sticks that are sticking out of the water, grass and that sort of stuff. So this is my go-to bait. Another one I like to use for I'm generally flipping in the mats in the beds is the Gambler. I think this is the Otter. I use the blue fleck, black on the back. I cut the paddle here, gives it more action. But also Texas rigged out with a worm weight. Another great technique is get yourself a Zoom brush hog or any kind of brush hog like this. Smaller one would probably be better, the baby brush hog, but this is in June bug. I also find this very effective for pre-spawn bass, and it's worked pretty good for me. But if you're not the type that like to flip, another great technique is shaky head. Throw one of these guys on, the finesse worm, shaky head fish that. Throw in their the mats and the beds where they're laying their eggs, and you're sure to catch bass, because when you flip in there with a little, like a nice profile bait, you want to match it up to the season. But if you flip something in their bed, they're very protective of their spot, their eggs. So he'll head out of aggression, and there you go. You got yourself a nice bass. Another one I like to throw in a pre-spawn is a typical Alabama rig. This is the Young Flash Mob. Oops, sorry about that. I like to throw either grubs on the back or the typical little swim baits, but this is very effective for pre-spawn bass, and also any time of the year, cold weather or whatever, you get that nice cooling effect. So that's mostly what I use for pre-spawn bass. Of course, I always throw the crankbaits and that sort of thing, but those are my main techniques I like to throw, and what I enjoy throwing for the pre-spawn bass, and what I find most effective. So when you go for your pre-spawn bass, maybe take into consideration some of these baits, and maybe these baits will throw some nice fish in your boat. So till then, guys, subscribe, like, and I'll catch you guys on the lake.